Okay, trying something new here. Um, my MS Paint screen is small because on another part of my screen, I have the script that I will be reading from. So I can't find the text tool. I guess in tools. Okay. Um, Let me just. Okay, that looks good. All right. Whoa. What is what is going on? This is obnoxious. I hate this idea already. Okay. Sorry for this long intro. Let's see if that text that's pretty small. Okay. Um. Okay. I guess I'll begin right now. With no empirical evidence and solely experiential. Ooh, typing and talking. Even if I'm, we're gonna restart. Wow. Okay, guys. This I don't know if this is gonna work out. And some of you have already read this before, but whatever. No empirical evidence. And see, like, look at that. Look at that. I don't want I pride myself on being good at typing, but I'm making typos. No empirical evidence and solely experiential affirmations. Summer is the season most likely to be cited as one's favorite if you are to ask any group of people. The runner up is fall. Spring is likely in last place. And then we're gonna. This is gonna work out. Is this is this how I should be doing this? You know what? Hmm. Hmm. I can just look at that screen for this. Okay, we're starting again with no empirical evidence and solely experiential affirmations. Summer is the season most likely to be cited as one's favorite if you are to ask any group of people. The runner-up is fall. Spring is likely in last place. Come on. Come on, MS Paint. Hmm. Understandably so. There's not much of anything interesting or unique. Just what? Or unique to spring. Ooh. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, that's fine. This formatting will have to be fine. A few weeks of mud and patchy snow, I'd still take over a few weeks of 75 and over degree weather. And sorry, some things are popping up on my screen. This is a stupid video, and I thought I'll use a script so I can have like a polished video, but then look at how I'm doing this. What is wrong with me? Whatever. Of 75 plus degree weather and sun, though. Hmm, that's fine. Landing in third place is my true love, the one and only winter. Now, we live in a society where aspects of summer, like warmth, or or rather, as it often plays out, heat, sun, green leaves and green grass, animals and baby animals, the beach, outdoor activities, etc. That's like too long? I wrote this in October, so I'm like just reviewing it now. That's too long for a parenthetical, I think. Anyways, now we live in a society where aspects of summer um, have become intrinsically tied to the ideas of happiness or a good time. I'd argue that all of these things are actually a bad time, or at least the way that they express themselves through the constraints of the months of June to August are a bad time. I'd also argue that because of this cultural association, people hate winter when they need not. But, right. My first point is serenity. In the warmer months, anytime you are in the mood for a walk and drive yourself to the woods or to a nice rippleless lake or a nice big wavy lake, other people will be there. Really, this is unacceptable. I can't tell you how many times in the last year alone that I've driven to some place craving peace, quiet, nature, only to find other human beings there and leaving. Really, it is the worst feeling ever. At times, I get it. You've got to put up with being around other people when you are in a once in a oh, lifetime situation, such as Devil's Tower, Devil's Tower, Wyoming, or Badlands National Park, South Dakota. But if I'm at a state park in Lake County, Ohio, please God, there is no reason for anyone else to be there at the same time as me. Is it not the worst feeling ever when you are walking along a trail and wretchedly an, another person accosts you? By accosts you, I mean that they approach you. I'd honestly rather them accost me. It would be less awkward. Oh, wait. Would be, it would be, I lost my spot. Less awkward and conducive of, look at that. Is that how you spell it? Did I have a type? Whatever. That's fine. And conducive to eye darting. If you've ever spent a few hours completely alone in an icy, blissed out, isolated forest, you You do not know what you are missing. I don't know if it's just that there are less noises in winter due to animals becoming lethargic and humans becoming reclusive, but it feels as though a nice blanket of snow on the ground also acts as a noise-reducing buffer between my fragile peace and quiet. Look at me hitting that. Peace and quiet, loving mind and the overactive auditory world of warmer months. Don't get me wrong, sometimes a summer evening with the chirping and singing of the birds can be lovely. Or a spring or fall morning with the deliciously non-melodic sing-song frog. Look at those typos. I don't care anymore. Frog symphony can be stimulating and comforting in a very special and invaluable way. But in general, it is nicer for things to be quiet in nature, or perhaps ambient. The lapping of Erie's waves that one's ears pick up on an inky night can, at times, be so pleasant and soothing that they send one into a strange hallucinatory state. But this is really how the quietness of winter is. It's so quiet that it becomes thick. And it's as if you can feel this low buzz or vibration coating everything. It's as if you could record a silence and then blast it on speakers. Into the forest. In that sense, your auditory faculties faculties would be accepting and experiencing certain vibrations sent out into the forest. But all that you, the listener, would hear would be nothing. Does that make sense? It's beautiful and lovely. There is a lot more room for thought and spiritual states of mind when all of this pesky parsing of sound is lifted from the brain's workload. I'm trying to just delete this. Maybe I just need to Control X. Okay, Control X. Back to tools. Okay. Let me write. Oh, it's white. Okay. My next point is monochromatic beauty. One time I talked to a dumb Floridian. He said winter will never be beautiful to him because it's like looking at a page of white. What? Firstly, Very rarely is there absolutely no blue in the sky of winter. And if you live in a forested area, there will always be beautiful columnated tree trunks and webs of twigs to break up the monotony. But what's wrong with monotony and monochromacity in the first place? I, for one, think it is starkly beautiful. It evokes a sort of luxury that is lost in the kitsch of spring, the devilish physicality of summer, and the overwhelmingly stimulating beauty of fall. Winter is humble, yet elegant, in a way no other season can match. It is so stark, starker than Stark County, eerier in a counterintuitively comforting way than Lake Erie. Cuyahoga-ier than the Cuyahoga. You get the idea. When you look out over an untouched field of snow, you receive this divine knowledge that that at this moment the world is yours. Look, that's from Illmatic. And the world is beautiful, a sight to behold. All this to say, you don't need garish flowers, decadent leaves, or horrible and yellow bright sun for a day to be beautiful. Sometimes all you need is the beautiful and sanitary nature of an icy day. My next point is this is a short one. Briskness. Gee, is there anything that feels nicer than those first few fall days where you feel you almost need to put on a winter coat? I think not. The cold air is so refreshing on the respiratory. Whoa. The respiratory tract? Or, I think tract. Is so cleansing on the mind. You know the coal smell? Sort of like the smell before it is about to rain, but for when it is cold. I can't get enough of that either. It's just so superior to the disgusting, sweltering, and sweating conditions of summer. I will never vote summer. Get it? Hope you guys get that reference. Oh, this is one of my favorite pictures ever. This is just a beautiful thing to see. I'll zoom in on this really quick. Like when snow has fallen but the wind hasn't knocked it off the delicate branches yet, and it's just it's like tinsel or something. Incredible. My next point is cloudiness and brilliance. Where I live is disturbingly only completely overcast, 23% of days in August, and perfectly overcast 72% of days in January. This is another category in which the winter months are clearly victorious. Sunny days are terrible. They burn your skin, just got sunburned yesterday. They hurt your eyes. They blind you. They make you need to wear long sleeves, even though they also make it hotter. At midday, they make it look straight up apocalyptic. They burn the grass into a sickeningly pale umber color, and more. All of this, however, is turned into something dazzling in the winter. On those 20... Whoa, what it... Sorry. Some of the typos are too much. On those 28% of days in January that are not completely overcast, only about 15% of them are mostly sunny. On these days, the snow sparkles with luxor like the soil in the Black Hills. It can still be blinding, however, and it can still burn you. Sometimes more so with the snow's high albedo acting as another attack on the epidermis and dermis and subdermis. However, in winter, you're already mostly covered up. Long pants, long sleeves, frequently a hood, hat, or scarf. Due to this, you can more unimpededly enjoy the clinical beauty granted to your eyes on that day. Also, to add on to this, the sun sets much, much earlier in winter. This is another moment in which winter is victorious, as nighttime vastly dominates daytime in terms of aesthetics. Riddle me this. What is more cozy than having dinner when outside the window you see nothing but a lovely inky black? Probably nothing. I could go on. Well, that was the video. This is like an experimental video. 'Cause I write like essays or pseudo essays, and be nice to. I mean, was it stupid to type along? Because that made me like read it sort of idiotically, because I was focused on trying to type as fast as I could talk. And I consider myself a good typer, but the speed of voice is, I can type, my normal standard is like 100 words per minute, but the speed of voice is faster than that. So, you know, maybe I should switch to some kind of language where more information and data is conveyed in fewer symbols. Maybe. Anyways, my next video is going to be me narrating over a speed paint video of this picture I've been drawing. I wanted to prove to myself that I can make something that isn't slop. So I've been putting a lot of effort into this picture. I think it's going well, and I think I will want to brag about it maybe. So I think I might narrate over that. So expect that maybe later today or tomorrow.